This is FYI on your TV, brought to you by Hometown News. I'm Kathy Botham. I've got Amy Tibben back with me from the Beth Donovan Hospice. You're the outreach coordinator. Thanks for joining us again.
Thank you for having me.
There's always so much going on at our Beth Donovan Hospice, and I just appreciate our visits, and I always learn more when I talk to you too. So that's what we're all about here at FYI.
That's what I find. Every time I'm out and about and I'm talking about hospice, I run into people who say, you know, I didn't know you did that.
Yes.
I had no idea.
Absolutely. Yeah. And there is so much you do there, so we need to get the word out there. So let's talk about caregiver supports.
Yeah, that's the one thing that I really wanted to focus on today is a lot of people don't realize that many of our clients, you know, they're being cared for in their homes, and the informal caregiver is the person that's there, and it could be a family member, you know, often it's a son or a daughter or maybe a partner. It also could be a neighbor or a friend, and these people step up out of a need, and they don't even realize that it's going to happen, and then all of a sudden they're in it. And so many of them are happy to do it. They express a sense of fulfillment, but it happens so quickly that they don't always feel prepared, or they don't really know what's expected of them or what resources are there to help them. And Beth Donovan Hospice offers caregiver support. And so we do this through a variety of activities. So for example, over the summer, we offered a variety of get-togethers where we just had a picnic in the park for caregivers to come and talk about their experiences and learn from each other and share. And also our nurse is there to provide valuable information and emotional support as well. We also, you know, had a day at the Locks where they could have some ice cream and listen to some music. I know coming up before Christmas, we're going to have a day for caregivers to come in and share their experiences and be with each other, but also get some Christmas crafting done. So it's a little bit about gathering resources, sharing experience, and self-care. Because our caregivers that are in the homes doing this informal caregiving work do about 3/4 of all of the patient care, which allows people to stay in their homes and is so wonderful. But they also need to take time to make sure that they are okay.
Absolutely. I mean, so often, you know, a family member or a friend or a neighbor, like you say, of course I want to help, of course I want to help. But it's like you say, it gets overwhelming, and it's like, wow, they didn't know the time was going to be involved, the physical time and the mental time on themselves, the toll on themselves, until they get into it. And of course they want to be there,
yes,
but they have to take care of themselves too.
That's right. Yeah,
that's right.
Exactly. And so that's what our programming is meant to do. It's to provide those resources, that opportunity for sharing their expertise, because each caregiving role is unique and everyone brings their own expertise to it. And if we can come together and share those resources and learn about the resources that already exist in our community, and to have that nurse there as well to talk about how to navigate the system and what needs to be done next, and just to have that support, right?
Yeah, and I mean, I really like the fact that you go to the park or you go to the Locks, and I mean, the fact that you meet at the Beth Donovan Hospice home, that's beautiful in itself as well too. That in itself is getting away a little bit too for them too.
That's right. It's also about getting away, right? Just a change of scenery. Some of the meetings are held at our space on French Settlement Road in Kemptville, and it's a beautiful space. But you're right. We go to Merrickville, and you know, we have ice cream at the Locks, or we go into Kemptville and we have a picnic in the park. Coming up in November, we're going to provide an educational opportunity, and it's called Rural Community Hospice Day. This is an educational day that started last year as a way to bring together community hospices from across rural Ontario. So the staff, the volunteers, to talk about the successes and the challenges and the unique experiences of end-of-life care in our small communities. And we're continuing it on this year in conjunction with Home Hospice North Lanark. They are our hosts, and we're helping them out because we did it last year, so we're hoping to share our knowledge with them. And it's being hosted in Carleton Place on November 10th. And it's a full day of learning. We start with breakfast in the morning at 8:30, and we do our registration and breakfast, and there's time to network and meet people. And then at 10 o'clock, we begin our day with a caregiver panel discussion, where we have caregivers sharing their personal and unique experiences about what that's been like for them, and what community resources they were able to access, and just talking about how to move forward, what else can we do. And then, of course, we have a variety of presentations and speakers. The Ontario Caregiver Organization will be there, and they'll be sharing about how to communicate with care providers, which is so important, right? We don't know the right questions to ask.
Right.
We don't know, and sometimes people feel intimidated speaking to a doctor. So how can we facilitate that? Canadian Virtual Hospice will be there to talk about virtual resources, which in rural communities can be so important when you can't get to a larger city center. Are there supports that you can access from home? And for caregivers who aren't able to leave their home very much because they're caregiving,
Right.
are there supports that you can access from your computer? We'll have David Kennedy, who's a palliative and bereavement educator and advocate. He'll be there speaking. Also, coach and advocate and author Catherine Arnott, who wrote the book I Just Don't Have Time for This, will be there and leading a session on what it's like to be in that caregiving moment for the first time, and how do you manage your time? How do you do all the things? What do I do next? And just talking about all aspects of care. So that's November 10th.
Do you have to register?
Yes. So
okay.
Tickets are $40, which includes your breakfast and your lunch and snacks and all of the educational opportunities. And there are discounts for students and volunteers. As I said, this is for informal caregivers, it's for hospice volunteers, it's for medical professionals, medical students, so anyone can come. There's a variety of price points and options for purchasing tickets, and you can go to bethdonovanhospice.ca to get more information on how to purchase tickets.
Excellent, and that is on November 10th in Carleton Place.
Yes, and we welcome everyone, informal caregivers, people who are interested in volunteering, people who want to start a hospice in their community. Come and learn, right? Make those connections.
Absolutely, and that's a lot of it is connections and networking, just meeting other people that are going through the same thing.
Yeah, and learning from each other.
That's right,
Yeah.
I'm not the only one.
I'm not the only one.
That's
Yeah.
right. That's right. Now you've got lots more going on at the hospice as well too. Let's see. I really like this pet loss support group because everybody that's owned a pet in the past and those that have gone through that, they are family as well too.
They really are.
They are.
And we can grieve so many things in life. Oftentimes we think about grief after the death of a loved one. But what is a pet but a loved one, right? And we grieve the loss of jobs, the loss of a home, all of these things. And the grief experience, although, it's not just for people, it's beyond that. And so this sort of addresses the pet loss side of grief. And it is a unique experience, but very real.
It is.
Yeah.
Yes,
yeah.
absolutely. Let's see, what else have you got? You've got your walking groups are going on at the Ferguson Centre, yes?
Yes, at the Ferguson Forest Centre, our bereavement walking group is available. Again, just another way to kind of approach grief. We know that not everyone grieves in the same way. And so we try to provide a variety of opportunities. And so this is one where you can get outside with others and get a little bit active in the peace and tranquility of the forest. Like, how beautiful is that? So if people are interested in that, they can head on over to our hospice website to learn how to register.
And I mean, how often do people take to walking or running too? As an outlet.
That's right.
So you meet other people that like to do it as well.
That's right.
That's right. Finding Strength Together, a group for those who've lost a spouse.
Yes. So this is one of our new bereavement group sessions. And so again, if people are interested in registering for that, they can head to the website or they can give us a call. Not everybody is interested in the website, so they can reach us at 613-258-9611.
Now, you've been here before and you've told us that, if people have a special talent, you'd like to come and maybe bake or sew, that sort of thing, to come and help out at your day hospice. I noticed you took your day hospice clients to your farm. You have a beautiful farm, and I saw the pictures. They had such a great time with all the
Oh.
animals, especially too.
Yeah. So I have the great pleasure of living on my husband's family farm. It's a beautiful location, such hard workers and such beautiful work. And this is such an exciting time of year that I just wanted to share it with everybody. So the day hospice program came to the farm for the day, and they got to see the cows and interact with the animals and just be somewhere else and doing something
Absolutely.
else, being outside in a secure, safe environment, but away from home, because so often those who are ill get stuck at home. And we like to get them out and about a little bit when we can.
Absolutely, absolutely. And you've got a new hospice greeter.
Yeah,
Yes.
Winnie, well, he's not new.
He's not new? Oh, he's been around for a while?
He's been around for a little while, but we just decided to give him a little bit of social media love because he's so cute. And he might greet you if you come to the hospice to drop off equipment, which we do accept donations, or if you're coming to do a donation, or if you're coming to talk with someone, Winnie might just be there at the front door welcoming you. So he likes to announce your arrival.
Oh, yes. And he barks. We must say that Winnie's a dog.
Yes, yeah, but he is very friendly.
Yes. Oh,
Yeah.
excellent, excellent. So for more information on the Beth Donovan Hospice, or more information about your Rural Community Hospice Day,
Yeah.
how do they get that?
Yeah, please head on over to our website, bethdonovanhospice.ca, but you can also give me a call at 613-258-9611, or you can email me at Amy Tibben, bethdonovanhospice.ca.
Or if you have a loved one at home too that might be interested in your day program.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And again, just reach out and we'll get you in touch with the appropriate person, and the nurse will come out and do an assessment, and we'll find the programs that are appropriate for you and your family.
I keep thinking I'm going to wrap up, but I can think of another question to ask you. Volunteers, you need volunteers.
Oh yeah, we're
Yes.
always looking for volunteers, and there's a variety of opportunities.
Right.
So we need people to come in and play music for our day hospice clients, people who want to lead a craft session. We're always accepting people who want to do complementary therapies with our day hospice clients, but also people who want to work in the garden or help with giving presentations about hospice and the value of having palliative care in a rural community. Yeah.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely. Well, I thank you for coming all the way from Kempel today. Amy Tibben, Beth Donovan Hospice, our outreach coordinator. Always so much going on there too. So for more information, your Facebook page. Once again, your phone number.
613-258-9611.
Awesome. And you have a website page too.
Yes,
Yes.
bethdonovanhospice.ca.
Excellent. Thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you.